Hello, friends, it's Chops, and welcome to another Chops vlog. I am in Mists of Pandaria. Look! Yay! I've been talking for months about how much I wanted to get into Mists of Pandaria, and here I am. And let me tell you, man, it's not letting me down. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm through sort of the main storyline of Jade Forest. I have a few like straggling quest lines that I need to clear up, but like I'm here, man. I've got just this monastery quest line and whatever Terrace of the Ten Thunders. Don't know what that is yet, but we'll get there. But I finished the main one, where like you help them build the Jade Dragon statue, and then the dragon statue collapses, and the Shaw of Doubt shows up, and you gotta like recover from that. Very cool. I really, really dig, at least so far. Granted, I am not even a full zone done with Pandaria, but I am really digging how they've done it, especially the Jade Forest so far. I'm a big fan of maps that have some topography to them, right? And I understand why, but like the early vanilla and TBC maps were largely like, the continents themselves had some topography to them, right? They had some ups and downs. But once you got into a zone, it was mostly flat. There were some hills and stuff, but it was mostly flat. And then like you would maybe go up a mountain range into another relatively flat area. And there were, some exceptions obviously, but for the most part, fairly flat. And in Wrath, that kind of started to change a bit, especially with like Howling Fjord and Grizzly Hills, where they were very up. They had some very big ups and downs through them, which I very much enjoyed. And I am enjoying that part about Mists of Pandaria as well. I am also enjoying that the main quest line of this zone, like I mentioned, I'm done with it. The main story, I guess I should say, not the main quest line, but the story of the Jade Forest, I have more or less finished, like the big overarching story. But there are still quests out here to do, which is something I feel like maybe this is wrong, but it felt like a lot when I was questing through Legion. Spoiler alert, I've already done most of the questing through Legion. That the zones were completely designed around sort of one big story, and it just took you from quest hub to quest hub to quest hub, and then dumped you off at the end of it, and you were like, okay, cool, I'm done. And that was all there was to that zone, which makes it feel... I think I've talked about this a little bit before. It makes it feel less than lived in. It makes it feel like the zone exists just as a hub for questing, and that questing exists just as a way to get you to max level. This feels like still like Wrath, where these zones feel very much lived in. Like I feel like if you take my character out of the story, the Jade Forest exists as a very rich tapestry of people and little towns and hubs and this cool little monastery that's going on here. And I am not I'm not the main driver of activity in this zone. I am, in fact, I am coming into an area that exists. That's very cool. It's a very good feeling. I've talked about that before. And I really like that this, again, so far, Mists of Pandaria feels this way. It's very good. It's very surprising. I was very worried that I was going to have overhyped Mists of Pandaria in my head because I'd never played it before. I don't have any idea what's going on. And so it's all very new, and I was worried that was going to be like a big letdown. I was like, oh, well, maybe this is just kind of... I overhyped it in my head, but I haven't, at least so far. I haven't. I am excited to I'm excited to get into the professions of Pandaria. From what I understand, cooking is fairly involved, which is going to be very exciting because for some reason I do really like kind of pushing cooking for some reason, and so I'm excited to get into that. I don't have a whole lot of zones to actually quest through. I've got Jade Forest, Valley of the Four Winds, and Cressarang Wilds, and then Kunlai Summit. So like I've got 4 zones to really quest in. The rest of these are going to be fun to kind of go through. There's some rep farms in a couple of these. Timeless Isle, of course, I think. I'm going to go out and like just kind of poke around at all of these a little bit. But I don't have a whole lot of questing to finish up in this expansion. So I think I'm going to end up getting through it fairly quickly and getting into sort of like more of the meat and potatoes of the professions here for a while. Ha, see what I did there? Unintentionally, meat and potatoes, cooking, yeah. So very excited for that. But yeah, just look at this, man. Like, and that's not just mountains that are kind of in the way to act as a border of the zone. Like the zone just goes up and it's very cool. I love the way Pandaland works. It's very good. Yeah, so that's kind of where we're at here. I expect I'll get through this very quickly, at least in the questing. So I am not going to try to rush through it like I was sort of rushing through the end of Wrath of the Lich King. But yeah, man, I'm having a great time. I'm going to throw it to a little bit of a time lapse. I don't have much to talk about. I'm going to throw it to a bit of a time lapse, and we're gonna watch me do some questing, I guess. And that's that, man. I will talk to y'all probably at the end of the video. So I know some people don't like watching the PvE, so maybe we'll have a little chat at the end. Anyway, man, I will see y'all then. All right, friends. Well, we're done with the Jade Forest. How cool! And it looks like I ended on, if my Wowhead reading is correct, a bit of a sort of like Winter Saber trainer type mount grind. Like this little dude here is gonna grow up to be a big dragon mount. Cool. Very excited about that. There are some things left to explore in the Jade Forest a little bit. Like what's this here? Is this like some kind of racing track thing I get to do? Like what is that little hut? I want to get on that little hut right there. That looks cool. There were all sorts of, I think I did the quests for all the mines and stuff down there that I kind of passed, but whatever. I think I'm going to run around a little bit, and just kind of see what the Jade Forest has to offer. I'm fairly certain I've explored it. Maybe. No, I have not. So I've got to go knock out Honeydew Village, which is, I think, yeah, up there. Anyway, yeah, cool. Thanks for hanging out. I'm very excited to be in Pandaria. We have 3 more zones to quest through, a considerable amount of cooking to do, a little bit of fishing. I think engineering is more or less done. But yeah, man, that was cool. That was awesome. I am really, really digging this. This is very cool. I hope the rest of the zones are as sort of fully realized and fleshed out as the Jade Forest has been. This is really good. I'm kind of sorry that I didn't really do this when it was current. It would have been cool. I mean, maybe not end game. I don't know if end game was cool, but just questing through this was very fun. So I'm excited for more. Thanks for hanging out, and I will talk to you guys next time.